Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today, as promised in the last video, I'm going to be teaching you calisthenics. So this is going to be the series where I'm going to be teaching you how to start calisthenics from zero and later advancing to more difficult elements. Today is episode 1, where I'm going to be showing you the basic exercises, how to start if you don't know where to start, as well as I'm also going to be giving you 2 tutorials, one for handstand and one for muscle up, where 2 are the most important foundational elements in calisthenics that everybody needs to master if you want to later further progress on your calisthenic journey. So without further ado, get your favorite drink, get a notebook for that tips writing, and let's go. So when it comes to starting calisthenics, there are 2 main things that you should know. It's about technique and it's about strength. And on the second one, we'll focus the most today. Because when you start calisthenics, you should firstly be strong enough to later learn all of the difficult elements. So if you just want to start calisthenics and you don't know how, there are 2 main trainings that you're going to have. The pulling training and the pushing training. You can split those 2 into several days. In the first one, you're going to be doing strengthening exercises to strengthen your pushing muscles, like chest, your shoulders, your triceps. So everything to do with push-ups, dips, pike push-ups, that's gonna help you later unlock all of the difficult pushing elements like handstand, one-arm handstand push-ups, a little bit of that planche as well. And on the second pulling training, you're gonna be focusing on exercises that strengthen your pull muscles, like your back, your bicep, everything to do with muscle ups, pull-ups, one-arm pull-ups, and etc. I know it might be a little bit boring in the beginning, but trust me, if you master the basics first, you'll progress much faster later on in your journey, and you'll learn all of the difficult elements much quicker without any injuries. Let's hope without any injuries. So in this part, I'm going to be showing you best exercises from easiest to the most difficult that you can use in your own training. First of all, it's push-ups. There are different levels of push-up. Choose the one that you can do for at least 6 to 12 reps. Better choose the most difficult one without compromising the form too much. Also in the video I'm showing the best form, so try to copy me and do it exactly like I'm doing it. The second thing for push is going to be pike push-ups. That's going to help you so much with building up your shoulders so that later on you can learn handstand with ease. Also, the higher your legs, the more difficult it is to do the pike push-ups. So the easiest one is with your knees, then with your legs on the floor, and then if that's too easy for you and you're such a strong beast, you can also get some platform, put your legs up, and that's gonna make it even more difficult. For the second training, you're gonna be doing pull, and pull-ups for that is your best friend because that's a really good compound movement that targets multiple muscles at the same time, and it's gonna be very beneficial for you. Also, not forgetting about Australian pull-ups, that's gonna help you build this lower back for the front levers later on in the journey. The same as with push, I showed you multiple levels to the pull-ups. If it's really difficult for you, start with doing them with a resistant band or even do partial pull-ups. That's if you're a complete beginner, then slowly moving up to normal pull-ups, wide pull-ups, close grip pull-ups, all of those are really good. The question is, you might ask, how do I even form my training? How do I combine all of those exercises together? If I will be you, I'll recommend you do one thing. The first day you're doing your push training, and the first exercise you do is the one that's the most difficult for you. So for me, that will be dips. I will start with doing dips. Depending on your level, you can either use a resistant band or just do normal dips. Then you're moving to something like pike push-ups, because that's the second most difficult exercise in my training. In your training, not in my training, but in your training. And then the last thing you do is push-ups, just to finish up the muscles. You can do a little bit more reps because push-ups are relatively easier than the other exercises. And that will be your push training. You can do around 3 to 4 sets of every exercise. Try to push yourself to failure on your last set. Do around 6 to 12 reps, so 6 to 12 repetitions. Then for the second day, you're going to be doing the pull training, and that's when you're going to be doing your pull-ups. I recommend you start with pull-ups because they're the most difficult ones, right? So start with pull-ups, choose the most difficult progression for yourself, but the one that you can do without compromising the form. Then you can move to Australian pull-ups, and in the end, if you want, you can take some heavy bag, or if you have some dumbbells, even better, you can maybe do a little bit of those bicep curls for this bicep. And that's how you complete your push training, where you target chest, shoulders, and triceps. to then move into your pull training where you target the biceps and the back. And that leads us with the only one thing left, which most calisthenic guys don't like doing, is the legs. For legs, you can do some squats, take some heavy backpack, do some normal squats, do some calf raises, single calf raises, you know. But since you do calisthenics, I don't think you're too much interested in hitting legs. But if you do, good job, bro, because hitting legs actually helps you with recovering your upper body as well, so hit legs. Last but not least, I also showed you a very important key element that you can use even now to start building strength in this front shoulder delt as well as in the biceps, and that's the lean planche. That's gonna help you so much with building the strength for that planche. I'm showing you exactly how to do it. Twist your hands first to 90 degrees, push your chest in, trying to have this round back, push your ass down and lean forward. Try to hold this position for around 5 to 10 seconds, and if that feels too easy, you can either lean even more forward or try to do the lean planche push-ups, which are quite difficult. But one thing I gotta say, the form is very important in those exercises, so keep your eye on the form. And that's how you can start calisthenics, by doing basic exercises to strengthen up your muscles as well as building key technique principles that is going to be later really important to learn more difficult elements. And that's where the boring part ends. Right now we're going to be moving to the key foundational elements such as muscle up and handstand. So I hope you're ready. Let's go. So if you're trying to learn the muscle up, there are two parts to the muscle up. The technical part, which is very important that you have the right technique that's going to help you go up. And the second part is the strengthening part. So how to know when you're ready to learn the muscle up? If you can do from 5 to 10 pull-ups, you're physically ready to start learning the muscle up. Although before you're gonna attempt the actual difficult muscle up with 2 arms, I recommend you first learning the beginner 1 arm muscle up, just so you can understand the technique and how to get over the bar. Learn it first with your left as well as with your right, so you can do it on both hands before attempting the actual muscle up. That's how it's gonna look like. You're jumping on the bar, you're doing a pull-up. You can even help you with your legs to go up like this. You're doing a pull-up, and from here, you're putting up the flag. This hand is called the flag. And after that, you just go up. The key thing that you should know here is when you're gonna try to put the flag, you should also twist your body to the side, because it's very difficult to put the flag while your body is facing the front. That's why when you're gonna put up your hand, try to twist and put the pressure on it. A really good thing that you can do to get used to this position, because in the beginning that's gonna be hell of uncomfortable. You can find the lower bar, put up this position, and just trying to lift up your legs. Just to put the weight on it, see how it feels. Let me show it again, but to my left. And I'll show it more fast, how you can do it with a bit of more momentum that's gonna help you. Swing, bam, bam, bam. And you see how I'm using my legs in the beginning to help me get through this position, because this part is the most difficult part. So when you got over the 1 arm beginner muscle up, it's time for me to teach you how to actually get the real 2 arm muscle up. And here I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to get your first muscle up. So when we're talking about the real muscle up, it's much more technical. Technique is really important, and it's going to help you a lot to go up. So the first thing is the swing. You shouldn't have too much swing, because if you have too much swing, it's just going to push you away from the bar. That's why my recommendation, stand under the bar, do 1 step back, and if you jump from this position there, you'll have a perfect swing. Look at that. That's all you need. This swing is all you need. So again, jumping on the bar, bam, perfect swing. Step number 2, when you're gonna start pulling up. You should start pulling up as soon as you start swinging back. So imagine you swinging forward, swinging back, swinging forward, and in the position when you stop swinging forward and you just start swinging back, that's when you start pulling. So you have like an arc motion around the bar. Look at that. I jump, I go back, and I go for a muscle up. Obviously, it's going to be much more difficult than that. And that's why you need step 3. After you start pulling, I recommend you in the beginning raising your legs. You're raising your legs to give you more momentum to go up. I know calisthenics and crossfitters are not friends, but utilizing the CrossFit technique for your first muscle up is very helpful because it really helps you go up without using so much of your strength. So look at that. You do the same thing, but later you raise your legs. Bam! So much easier to go up. Obviously, in the beginning, that's gonna be so difficult. That's why one thing that's gonna be your best friend, is gonna help you so much, is the resistance band. Alright, so when you have the resistance band, let me show you how you can put it. So first, you just flip over the bar. You take one side and you put it inside the other side. Then you just pull. Then you just pull and you have your resistance band. So then just put one leg in and you reach for the bar, or if you're not tall enough, you jump for the bar. Huh? You can also put the second leg and you get the same thing. You get a little bit of swing. When you start going back, you pull and you go up. Bam! I know that probably with the resistance band it's gonna be relatively easier. That's why it's good if you can do multiple reps, maybe do 3 to 4 muscle ups just to get familiar with the technique. Let me go to my test subject. My videographer's about to try, and he cannot do a muscle up, right? I can. Yeah, he cannot do the muscle up, but he has enough strength to do it. That's why for him it's going to be just technical part. Some of you might not be strong enough to start learning the muscle up. That's why you're going to take more time to learn it, but the technical part, let's see how you do, bro. Step number 1 step from the bar. Step number 2, jump to the bar, have a perfect swing. Step number 3, as soon as you start swinging backwards, you raise up your legs and you try to go over the bar. I'll show you how it looks. Step number 1, swing. Yep. Step number 2, start pushing like this, pulling like this. And step number 3, you go over the bar.
And how wide should my grip be?
Just shoulder width. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Oh, bro. Okay. Wait. Yes. Oh. Okay. You know what happened now. You were already like so far backwards. That's one. When you pull, you just hit the bar and it pushes you away. Yeah. You gotta pull a little bit earlier. But bro, you have it. Like, I'm sorry that it's been too easy. I thought he's going to struggle a little bit. But it's because he's strong. He just needs to get the technique. So his only mistake was, by the way, see how he raised the legs, because that boosted him up so much. Yeah. So the only thing is you gotta pull a bit earlier, and then try to
with my knees.
With your knees, and when you're here, try to you're facing backwards like this. Try to lean on the bar. That's how you're gonna stay your body weight on the bar. But you have it, bro. Like. Yes. Yeah, that's clean, bro. Let's go.
Let's go.
First muscle up. God damn. Oh. Good stuff, bro.
That's how we do this.
Damn, that was too easy, bro. I feel bad now.
This first muscle up.
I feel bad now.
For real.
Alright guys, now it's time to move on to handstand, which is my favorite element, and it is the basic for all of the other pushing elements. So how to start learning the handstand? There are several things that you should know. The first is the strength that I said before. Pike push-ups really good to understand the position of standing upside down. Maybe put your legs on an elevated platform and just stand in this position to get used to with your head, because in the beginning it's going to be feeling so rough because so much blood goes in your head and you might feel a little bit dizzy, and that's fully okay. Just take it easy, get used to the position. The second thing is handstand is really technical element. It takes more time to learn the handstand, and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of consistency. That's why it is a good idea if you can train handstand 3 to 4 times a week, unless your wrist starts hurts or you feel like your muscles get too tired. Before trying to learn the balance in the handstand, you should really familiarize. You should really get comfortable with the position of standing upside down, and for that the handstand next to the wall is #1 best exercise. The first thing I recommend you do is standing next to the wall with your stomach touching the wall, as well as standing as close to the wall as possible, just because the closer you stand to the wall, the less room for error you have, and the more straight your handstand will be, just because you cannot move anywhere else. So you're gonna stand straight. Just stand there like this for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Use your shoulders, try to be straight. The best tip for when you do a handstand, record yourself from the side, just so you can see that your shoulders are aligned with your legs, with your body, and everything is straight. On the video, I'm also showing how to correctly place your hands, and that's the #1 thing that you should start with, is your hand placement. Place it that the middle finger is looking directly straight. Spread up your finger to cover more area. That's gonna help you balance better, as well as spread out your fingers and really trying to push on the tip of your fingers. That's how you catch and maintain the most balance. Don't try to move your body too much. Don't try to move your legs too much. Mostly focus on your hands. That's where you get the most balance. And keep your body straight. After you finish trying handstand next to the wall with your stomach touching the wall, you can try doing the same but with your back touching the wall. And that's after a few days. That's when you can try to slowly move your leg from the wall, just one leg or just two legs, slightly a little bit. Don't try to just catch balance straight away. Just slowly move away from the wall, see how the balance feels, but don't yet try to attempt the handstand without the wall. So one thing that many people have with handstand, besides just the unusual position for your head, get a bit dizzy, is that when you're gonna try kicking on the floor, you'll have a fear of falling down. Even if some of you think, yeah, that's not scary for me, unconsciously you're scared to fall, and that's why you might not fully kick to the right straight position. That's why it's a very good idea that in the beginning you try to purposely oh my god, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Purposely fall and do like a small cartwheel, flipping yourself to around 180 degrees, just trying to kick and fall so that you overcome this fear. You can see how I'm doing this on the video, and that's a really good exercise to overcome the fear slowly. When you already got used to the technique and you know that you are standing straight, you recorded yourself from the side while standing next to the wall, that's when you can start attempting kicking on the floor. And the kick is a very random thing, I'll tell you. Even me, sometimes I don't kick perfectly and I might not get it in the first try. That's why it's very important that you try to master the kick. Try kick a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker, and find this golden middle point. But that's when you already caught balance multiple times next to the wall. That's when you can start attempting doing it on the ground without the wall. And one thing about this is gonna take you a long time until you're gonna fully master the handstand. That's why have some patience, enjoy the process. And another thing is, take longer breaks between the handstands. Don't just spam it and do it for 10 tries with no rest. Do 1, 2, you see you cannot get it, wait a little bit, 20, 30 seconds, just so that the blood can come down from your head and you have a more clear sense of balance, because balance is a very tricky thing. Alright, so just to summarize things up to you, first, get used to standing upside down in a pike position form or next to the wall. Then position your hands right, warm up your wrists, go with your stomach next to the wall, as close to the wall as possible, get used to that position. Then you kick next to the wall with your back, trying to get this first sense of balance, remove a few legs from the wall, trying to balance back, then go back again, balance, go back again. And last but not least, you're going to the floor and trying to catch the balance, really mastering the kick. And also don't forget to remove the fear in the beginning. Alright guys, so that were the tutorials for the muscle up and for the handstand, and now I'm going to be telling you how to use those elements in your own trainings. So what I said in the beginning, the exercises I showed to you of how to get stronger. If you are already at the point when you can start learning the muscle up and the handstand, I recommend you do that in the beginning of your training. So for example, the day #1 you do push training, you start with doing handstand, then you're moving on to more tiring exercises like dips, then you do pike push-ups, then you do normal push-ups. And with the pull training, you're first trying to do the muscle up, either it's going to be with a resistant band or already without resistant band. you do those exercises in the beginning, get longer rests between your sets as well, just so you can go with 100% strength and focus to every of your set when you're attempting the elements. And then you're moving to easier exercises like pull-ups, Australian pull-ups, etc. So you go from the most difficult, the things that take the most focus, to an easier exercises just to get the muscles tired and get them stronger. I hope that was helpful. Oh, I'm in love with you. Okay, so as you can see, I have a really cool compression shirt on me. That's the new Angole drop, dropping 13th of March. Code Grisha, one of my favorite compression shirts. I'm gonna show you everything in Instagram if y'all follow me. And the last thing that I wanted to say is that, I don't know if I can say it yet, but I'm gonna release a program of a combination of calisthenics and gym. The program that most of you had been waiting for so long. And I really put so much time into it. I even collaborated with guys to help me do it just because I wanted to do it so professionally. And I cannot tell you too much about it yet, but it's coming soon and it's going to be really crazy. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down what you think about the video, ask me some questions. I'm trying to reply to all of you. So love you, bro. Stay strong. I hope that was helpful.